Good morning, and welcome to another day of broadcasting here on the Dutchmaz family of networks. We are broadcasted from the top of the steeplechase parachute jump at the allowable power of 1.21 gigawatts by the authority of YouTube and by the Federal Communications Commission. Dutchmaz is owned by Dutchmaz, incorporated and operated by the Dutchmaz YouTube family of stations division of the Dutchmaz live stream and video network. The programs broadcast on this channel are for the public without charge, unless super chatted, and may not be rebroadcast, recorded, or otherwise used without the prior written permission of Dutchmaz. This is the seal of good practice. It identifies Dutchmaz as a subscriber to the television code of the National Association of Broadcasters. Welcome, and enjoy our broadcast day.
It's 10 p.m. Do you know where your children are?
It's 10 p.m. Do you know where your children are?
It's 10 p.m. Do you know where your children are?
It's 10 p.m. Do you know where your children are?
It's 10 p.m. Do you know where your children are?
It's 10 p.m. Do you know where your children are?
Live from the west end of Coney Island, it's time for another exciting episode of Now in New York City Live. Will the city completely implode on itself? Stay tuned and find out. Why, hello, replay viewers. Let's see who tunes on in. I think it's TYC. TYC is the first one in the room. And Cynthia's Sunflowers, welcome. Good to see you, B-Band 109 and Myrna Bergen up there in Montreal, Canada. Good to see you, Epic Grace 01 and Sally Skipico, welcome. Good to see you, British Grey. Happy New Year. A good Thursday evening to you, too, as well. Fawn Marie. Good to see you, Fawn Marie. And Dave Jeffrey in Niagara Falls. Good to see you. Good to see you, GC Travels. Watching, checking on in. And Natasha B, welcome on in. Good to see you. Good to see you there, M8R and Cynthia Sunflowers. Welcome. Welcome on into the chat there. Good to see you, Sal Muscles and Crazy Coney Island Kid. He really wants me to swim. Crazy Coney Island Kid, good to see you. Good to see you, Jan. Good to see you, Jan. Welcome. And Chronic Rachel, welcome. Dimension 01, good to see you. And Jay Chulo, welcome. You got to thank the Duchess's mom for getting me this hat. So we're going to use the hell out of it. But good to see you, Myrna. Hey, Fawn Marie, Cynthia, Rachel, Chronic Rachel 643. Good to see you and good to see everybody, people. A Happy New Year. Happy New Year. Hugo Gutierrez, Happy New Year. If you're new to the broadcast, let us know where you're watching from. Let me give you a shout out. You do not need to be subscribed. To the guy who said, I noticed that you have it on subscribers only today. We always have it on subscribers only. Where have you been? I'm not scared of anything. I put my face on this thing. Anyway, Lewis Murphy, Happy New Year. Good to see you. Just finished watching Danette and Anthony. Had a lot of fun. Myrna, you don't like picking up children? By the way, from Myrna Bergen, this broadcast is, of course, brought to us by BabiesOvernight.com, your new bundle of joy in a box overnight, guaranteed. BabiesOvernight.com, bringing you this awesome broadcast. I don't like picking up babies, too. I don't trust myself. I know I'm going to drop them. I know I'm going to drop them. Oh, my God, Crazy Coney Island Kid. I'm happy you were there watching. I hope you guys enjoyed our polar bear swim coverage. It was a success. It was good. Great success. Infants. Right, you don't like picking up infants. Me too. What was it, 2 months? Younger than 2 months? Me neither. I don't trust myself. I'm going to drop people. Good to see you there, David C. Welcome. Jimmy Z out there in New Jersey. Happy New Year. Sparkle checking in from the Garden State of New Jersey. Good to see you, Sparkle. 22339. K. Pepperell. Good to see ya. Good to see everybody, people. 5 minutes past the hour. It's 10:05 here in New York City. Good to see everybody. Welcome on into the show. We have some great stories to talk about today. We will talk about the main story of the evening, which is thousands of non-New Yorkers getting completely bamboozled last night at midnight. It's a hilarious story brought to us by TikTok, Facebook, and all the evil AI slop-generated accounts that are polluting the ecosystem that is social media. But it was only inevitable, right, people? Anyway. But yeah, right, the risk is too high, right? They wiggle out of your hands. They're like these little slimy things. Even though I was a slimy thing at once. I know I was a slimy thing at once. You'll be there on Sunday, not swimming, just want the good energy. You know what? I'm going to make it over for you, Crazy Coney Island Kid. We will see the real polar bears swim on Sunday. How about that? But trust me, when your kids were tiny, your constant fear of dropping them. I could imagine, K. Pepperell. I could imagine. Mark Freeman, good to see you. They are surprisingly strong. My little nephew, I will never forget the day my little nephew bit my finger with his sharp razor blade-like teeth. I think he was like maybe barely 3 months old. My little nephew, he tore into my little hand here, and it was like, ugh. Anyway, scarred for life. But I love you too, Coney Island Jim. Good to see you. Yeah, they're strong. They could twist and arch and do all kinds of wacky stuff. Carol Woods, Happy New Year. Good to see you. Mark Freeman, Happy New Year down there in Texarkana. Good to see everyone to the broadcast. If you're new to the broadcast, let us know where you're watching from. Let me give you a shout out. 90 people watching and 41 likes. Hit that like button so more people can find this wacky broadcast that seems to be gaining some kind of weird momentum. YouTube is telling me 10 and 10. I should be on at 10 in the morning and 10 at night. I should do 2 live streams a day. Anyway, Brub Bale, good to see you. Happy New Year. It was a great, thank you so much for the hat. Yes, the hat is awesome. Amanda, good to see you. Happy New Year. Years ago, when your cousins were babies and they had long hair, they will always pull your hair. I could imagine. But good to see everybody, people. We'll check the transit and the traffic in about a minute. Not too much traffic going on. Danette and Anthony flew home from Midtown. But everyone followed Danette and Anthony. They were on some wacky adventures out there in Bryant Park. And I will agree that I don't think sausage and that really thick hot chocolate mix. That's not a good combo. It tastes great, but I don't know, the party in your stomach may not be the best. Anyway, good to see everybody. welcome. We got great stories to talk about. We got some great Earth cams and other YouTube cameras to see. A big shout out to I Need to Travel Now. Unfortunately, I Need to Travel Now YouTube channel. His camera is not active right now. He probably had a great time out there at the polar bear swim. And why is the Statue of Liberty camera blurry? It's been blurry like that for days now. I tell you, these people out there, and we are warmed up. Oh my God, Crazy Coney Island Kid. We came home, we had coffee, we ate Dunkin' Donuts, then we ordered some Thai food, and we passed the fuck out. We passed out, and it is really hot in the room. It's so hot in our bedroom, we have the window open. Rebel Radio News Time now is coming up on 9 minutes past the hour. Let's check the transit and the traffic. Brought to us by BabiesOvernight.com, your new bundle of joy in a box overnight guaranteed. BabiesOvernight.com, bringing you the traffic and the transit. Everyone's home sleeping. We have an incident up here along the Cross Island here, Cross Island Expressway here, crash. Northbound at 14th Avenue, all lanes are blocked. So a little bit of traffic up there on the Cross Island. Of course, Midtown, that's where all the traffic is. Midtown is where all the traffic is. And that will take us to Potato Camera. There is our view of the Statue of Liberty. No, it's called the Rockefeller Center Christmas Tree. 48th Street between 5th and 6th Avenues. We're looking down the plaza. And only about 4 more days to enjoy the tree, or 3 more days to enjoy the tree. So get out there now before we cut down the tree. And then we'll donate the wood to Habitat for Humanity. For the morons on TikTok who say, oh, they just waste a tree. The wood is going to Habitat for Humanity. So this tree is literally going to build a house somewhere in this country for a family that deserves it. So people take all the fun out of social media, I tell you. Anyway, checking the transit and the traffic, we have everything's running on a Sunday schedule. Delays on the N and R trains. N and R trains uptown are running with delays while they remove a train. Oh, they had to remove a train car in need of cleaning at 14th Street. Who's shitting the train, people? People shitting on N or R trains today. People taking massive poops on the train. So expect delays. Go to mta.info for more information. While we were setting up the show here, a vehicle fire here at Delancey Street at the foot of the Williamsburg Bridge. 150 Delancey Street here. We have looks like a burned out van. No injuries are reported, and everything seems to be all safe and hunky and dory and all fine and stuff. Hopefully nobody got hurt. Go to Citizen app for more information. Snow showers. We have snow showers. We have lake effect snow showers encompassing Ohio, Pennsylvania, western New York here. So it's snowing once again in Buffalo and in Rochester and just north of Syracuse. But we have snow showers enveloping just to the east of the Great Lakes. So there may be snow around where you are. Stay warm. Sibbo's is bringing us this view. The Sibbo's camera here on YouTube bringing us this view of the Brighton Beach. Beautiful night in Brighton Beach. All is quiet after today's festivities of the polar bears swim. Heading out to Red Hook, Brooklyn, Stream Time Live, bringing us this view here of the Statue of Liberty, where they were actual fireworks last night. They may not have been a big show, but there was fireworks on the Statue of Liberty last night at midnight. They always have fireworks at the Statue of Liberty. It's not a new thing. But we'll talk about fireworks and people being disappointed in a couple of minutes. Going out to Bryant Park, where Danette and Anthony were earlier there. It all is calm and moving and grooving out there in Bryant Park. The skate camera is showing us lots of people out there skateboarding and skating on the ice. Having a great time there. Enjoy it, guys. Bunkakobo Incorporated, bringing us this view of Long Island City. No doubt this is from somebody's house, because I see somebody's lamp right there in the shot. Anyway, it's a beautiful night as we look across Long Island City, looking towards Midtown Manhattan. Then we go down to Jersey Shore here. The 7th Street Surf Shop camera here in the Jersey Shore here. All is quiet and calm in the Jersey Shore. Will the city completely implode on itself in the next 45 minutes? Stay tuned and find out. Oh my goodness, people. Let's catch up with the chats. Yeah, so what did they do? See how I answered your question before you even answered it there, Crazy Coney Island Kid? Yes, you learned when wow, so when Myrna learned that when infants' skulls weren't completely closed over, yeah, you couldn't hold little infants anymore. I feel you on that. But yeah, Danette and Anthony. You want to follow Danette and Anthony, Amanda M. They're two great people from Queens. They're a lot of fun. Really great content creators. You like the flashy cap there? I'm glad you guys like the flashy cap. Carol Woods, good to see you. Let's see, do we have everybody here? Good to see everybody. Yeah, no bad injuries over there in Delancey Street. RJ up there in Colorado, good to see you. Welcome. Holla, you heard somebody had a hot chocolate. Yes, no, yeah. That was not Anthony. Don't say that, Holla. Anthony did not take the train home. He made it safely in a car, and they made beautiful time getting from Midtown all the way out to where they live. Tony from Bay Ridge, good to see you. Now that the holidays are over, what's the next major project for you guys? Showing you New York City. We always have lots of things going on, Tony, so stay tuned for more exciting adventures. Nina, good to see you, Nina. Welcome. There was some fireworks in Coney, but they were not legal. We had some major explosions out here last night. But the big thing that woke me up was there was a strong wind at around, what was it again, 3:20 something in the morning. It was so strong that we thought it was an earthquake. The pictures rattled. The pictures rattled behind us, and I had to go. We both went to our phones. It was a 65-mile-an-hour wind gust that shook the house. It was rather sudden, so really scary. But yeah, that's why we had to take a nap after we came back. No drones. Maybe Curious Raven. Maybe we'll do another drone patrol. Maybe we'll bring drone patrol back. That's right, 2026 drone patrol. It might have to come back. Good to see you, Curious Raven. Welcome. You still feel cold after watching the polar bears? This hand has finally gotten warm. Just a few hours ago, this hand was not feeling all warm because this hand was exposed for the whole show. There she is, Autumn Alluring. Happy New Year, Autumn Alluring. Autumn Alluring swam in the Mendocino waters of Coney Island during our polar bear swim today. And actually, we might as well, it's queued up here. We might as well go to a big clip here. It was great seeing Howie out there. Howie showing the polar bear swim here. We got clips. Let's see if we can find some clips here. This is a clip from 1984 of the polar bear swim. Boy, have times changed, because this event was very small back in the 80s. This is from 1984, by the way, this coverage right here. And now the polar bear swim is one of the biggest events in the city. This is Chinatown Phil's Instagram. And oh my God, that guy was there. See, I keep on seeing so many people who were there, right? And Coney Island Jim's nose is still numb. The fucking wind today was no fun. The wind took all the fun out of it. Good to see you, Interstate Man 1. We have more exciting expeditions to come. Stay tuned. But third time, look at that. Autumn Alluring's third time going into the Mendocino waters of Coney Island. You shared that clip? I know. It was great. It was so great. A lot of great people out there. A lot of great people. And look at that. The dogs were having a great time. Oh, yes. We have it right here. We have it right here, guys. There it is. We actually have a certificate. So if you couldn't get a certificate, here's your certificate. Take a screenshot. But yes, you guys did it. Well, this is the Duchess's certificate. She did it. For how many? This is the fourth year. Yeah, third year. Oh, look at that. The Duchess has been doing the swim since 2016. She only missed 1 year, people. So she did it. So there you go. But it was a great day. It was a great day. A fun time. A fun time had by all. Street Meet NYC. Yes. They're not cold. No, they got all that. They have all that natural heat. Actually, does Chinatown Phil have more clips? Let's see if he has more clips. Actually, you know what? You know who I need? I need New York Nico. New York Nico had some great clips. But it was a fun time today. So let's see if Howie has any clips here. We gave a shout out to Howie out there. Yes, your scuba suit does not count. He was in a wetsuit. Howie was smart. He was in a wetsuit there. But yeah, exactly. You know, Autumn, if you get somebody to sponsor you, you could be a part of the club there. You should become a part of the club. Trisha on the Upper West Side, Happy New Year. Good to see you. Clocks and Elevator, 123, Happy New Year. Kaz Cats, Happy New Year. But they were all dressed up. Howie's a fun follow. Give him a follow. I like this guy right here. He had his own alcohol. He had his own homemade alcohol. And he had a great mustache there. Only Crazy Coney Island kid could come close to a mustache like that. But yes, indeed. And, oh, that's right. We got to do that. Hold on, people. Hold on. That's right. Thanks for reminding me. Hold on. We're gonna do this live on camera here. Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I couldn't find one.
We couldn't find one. There we go. Boom. We got the most out of that banner, I think. We got the most out of that banner. Good to see you, Norm, out there in Bangor, Pennsylvania. Welcome. We couldn't find a 2026 one, guys. We couldn't find a 2026 one. But anyway, it was a beautiful day here in Coney. And I hope everyone had a good time. Hope everyone had a beautiful one today. But anyway, good to see everybody. Welcome. Phyllis, 2284, welcome. Let's go around some other Earth cameras here. While we get everybody. Let's go to Syracuse. I'm loving this camera here from Syracuse. It's officially my new favorite camera. Uh-oh. And Fawn Marie with a $7.13 super chat. Fawn Marie! Thank you so much for the very generous $7.13 super chat. Thank you so much for joining today's $7.13 club. Much, much, much appreciated with a big $7.13 super chat. Much blessings and love upon you too, Fawn Marie. May we all have the best and most productive year, filled with empathy and love and givingness and kindness. And not everything in life is a transaction, ladies and gentlemen. There it is, live Syracuse. A quiet night in Syracuse. This is our Armory camera here. And yes, rest in peace to the Metro card. Yes, indeed, TYC. Rest in peace to the Metro card. We're gonna miss you, but you know, you may be gone, but forever in our hearts. Just like the token. Just like the token. But it was a lot of fun. It was so much fun doing the polar bear swim this year. But there it is. A pretty view from the Armory camera. Here in downtown Syracuse, New York. Yep, gone but not forgotten. In about 2 minutes, we're going to talk about the darker and deeper and evil side of social media. Basically, in this era of social media, people like to, pump up things, inflate things. People like, let's be honest, people like drama. People like, oh, does the Duchess want to be a cub? I don't know. Do you want to be a polar bear? Right? Right? The Duchess considers it. Yeah, so that's right. Well, you have to be sponsored. So, all right. It's a very positive maybe there, Crazy Coney Island kid. Right. Well, you have to be with a group of people because in order to qualify, you gotta be with the polar bears. So there you go. There you go. Yeah, drama is why Bravo TV exists. Exactly. But people like to conflate stuff. And the big thing that happened over this, in the days basically on Christmas Day on, there were a bunch of accounts. Now, guys, this is the thing. There are a lot of accounts that supposedly talk about and are about New York City. And these accounts are created nowhere in New York City. They're from other places. And there's many great content creators like Danette and Anthony, like myself, like Megan, the Megan Daily, like the Urbanist. We're actually from New York City, and we'll let you know what's going on. Believe me, if something extravagant, amazing is going to happen in the city, one of us, if not all of us, are going to talk about it. But a big thing that supposedly went under all of our radars was a New Year's fireworks show at the Brooklyn Bridge. And, yeah, that's never been a thing. We have had fireworks by the Statue of Liberty every New Year's, but not at the Brooklyn Bridge. So basically what people were doing was they were showing footage from 4th of July and then saying that there was going to be fireworks at midnight. And we will see the consequences of that in a few moments. But I don't know, Tony. Tony, I have no idea. I don't care. Tony, I'm going to be honest. I have no idea and I don't care. Anyway, let's get on with the news. Lots of morons went to Debbie's Cove in Brooklyn Bridge Park for a fireworks show that never happened. So let's go to the clips here. Let's go to Instagram first. Yes, Grand Army Plaza has fireworks. Yes, Prospect Park has fireworks. If it was warmer last night, Hala, I might have gone to that. But here is my Christmas in New York City reporting on to create hype. And yes, the moral of the story is social media, AI are powerful tools, dangerous when misused. But a lot of people, I mean, thousands of people. There's other videos, Crazy Coney Island Kid. Stand by. We have lots of videos of this. A lot of people. How did this? Here's what I noticed. Again, here's what I noticed. The accounts that are created from people that are not in New York City did this shit. And a lot of them, and I hate to say this, guys, and please call me elitist all you want, but I feel like TikTok and Facebook skew to the really dumb, uncreative thinking side of humans. The dumbest people usually congregate on either TikTok or Instagram. I noticed that when people try to pull this on Instagram and it wasn't Instagram. It was TikTok and Facebook. Facebook and TikTok are the most dumb people are on those two apps. When people try to post this on Instagram, I noticed that people were getting called out on it right away. That's not a thing. It's not real. Take down this post. And so over on TikTok for some reason and Facebook, people just don't ask. They're just like, oh, that really happened. Yes, it's like these people who they'll message me and say, oh, don't you remember when you went to the torch of the Statue of Liberty? And I'm like, the torch of the Statue of Liberty was closed since 1916, right? Were you around in 1916 and you remember that? And I went to the torch. I went with my school class. No, you did not. Those are just delusional memories from your childhood. You went to the crown. You went to the crown and or pedestal, but you did not go up to the torch. Anyway, but people just take it. They take it for base value of what it is. Oh yeah, he went to the torch. And so now here you have these people who don't fucking think for themselves. Let's be honest. Nobody does any fact checking anymore. Nobody does that shit. Everyone just consumes without thinking. And by the way, please, people, can we bring back? What is it called there? Oh my God. Creative thoughts. I mean, creative thought. Critical thinking. Can we bring back, for the love of God, critical thinking? Can we just bring it back? Can we think for ourselves for a change? Can we not let social media influencers from Indonesia and random European countries that I've never heard of before dictate what's going on here in New York City for real? Did you hear about the fireworks? There's no fireworks at the Brooklyn Bridge. There's no fireworks at the Brooklyn Bridge. And here's another wacky clip here. There were all these accounts that were showing the extravagant fireworks show on the 4th of July, saying that it was New Year's. And by the way, I think it'll be a great idea for the city of New York to throw some huge fireworks show at the Brooklyn Bridge. It would be awesome, but who has the money for that? Yo, Macy's, you guys have some extra cash around? Maybe you guys could sponsor something like that. But everybody knows that all the action's really in Times Square, and then we have parties around the city that people go to, and family and friends get together, and lots of native New Yorkers and New Yorkers who understand how the flow of the city goes. They just stayed home and watched it on TV, or they watch The Walking Commuter. Walking Commuter did a fantastic job getting all the way through to past midnight. So you know, people stayed home, but who are these morons? For real, though, like, who are these morons? And they counted down and everything, by the way. These people counted down. Let's see if we could go to the clip. Let's see if we could hear this clip here. I mean, people, I'm sorry. We can't be this stupid. As a species, for real, guys, we can't be this dumb. You know, AI is dangerous. You know, Times Square is lame. Listen, Times Square is going to be Times Square. If you want to go, you want to go. It's where the tourists go. All right? But I could understand why people would want to do something like this, because it's not in Times Square. It's something different. If these people had a half a brain, they could have found out that Prospect Park had an awesome fireworks show last night. You know, I mean, if they had just a little tiny brain. But no. Okay, somebody said on TikTok. Somebody said on Facebook. And then I love, like, the AI bot responses. This is so beautiful. Oh, what a beautiful event. It's so gorgeous. No, it's fucking bullshit, people.
3, 2,
1.
Happy New Year!
Whoa, let's go. Oh. And everybody's cheering. Any second now. Any second now. I should have been in that crowd just to tell these people and be an asshole. I should have been there.
Did we get pranked?
Yes, you did get pranked. You don't think that your critical thinking skills has flown out the coop. Pigeons are smarter than you. Let's be honest. Everybody in that crowd, pigeons are smarter than them.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Happy New Year!
Did they prank us? Mr. Metalhead, good to see you. Happy New Year. It is a money grab for resources. Exactly, it's true, Hala.
Did we get pranked?
Yes, you got pranked.
I mean, the amount of people who are misinformed here.
Can we think for ourselves, please?
It's not off to a good start.
Nope, it's not. No, you're gonna. Everybody who went there is. Listen, pigeons are smarter than all those people that are in this crowd, and those people will have a bad New Year. Yes, word is there's still people waiting there. They waited overnight. They set up encampments. But please, if here's the lesson. Thanks for subscribing, guys. Here's the lesson. Don't believe everything you hear on the internet. And believe me, there's lots of content creators who are native New Yorkers like myself who will always tell you what's really going on in the city. And if you're unsure about something, please always reach out. Because I'll do my best to inform you the best way I can. And also, most importantly, try to find the source of your information if I really need to do that. Ugh. What fools these mortals be. What fools these mortals be, for real. Anyway, thousands of people. What do you guys think about this? What do you guys think about this? This is the most ridiculous story out of everything that happened for 4th of July. And I'm so happy, I'm so happy 4th of July festivities. We made it through. There wasn't a mass casualty event. You know, everything made it through good. But yeah, what do you guys think here? Look at it, Doug Teeny. Good to see you. You like? Oh my God! Don't get me started about that, Doug. Oh Lord! Don't get me started about that. Yes, MTV is still around. The international channels have shut down their old music channels. MTV Standard channel, which mostly shows reality shows, that's still gonna run in all the other world markets. But MTV 90s, MTV Classic, we have those here in the States, which, by the way, the ones in the States still are operational. But it's the international markets, Viacom, CBS has curtailed, and MTV did not die. So for the people, MTV died! No, it did not die. Think for yourself, people. Critical thinking. Can we please think for ourselves? Oh, Lord have mercy. Anyway, if somebody would have known, it would have been funny to be on the bridge. Yes, exactly. Holla. I should have done that. That would have made for a great stream. I have the fireworks, guys. I got the fireworks. I go there with 5 sprinklers. Yes, and a bunch of people brought the Brooklyn Bridge for $10, $20. Yes. A lot of people bought the deed for the Brooklyn Bridge last night. Absolutely, Mr. Metalhead. Yeah, you own the Brooklyn Bridge now, kid. Yeah, that's right. Double tap on the screen to like the stream. 109 people watching, 86 likes. A shout out to all the Discord servers, all of the stenographers on the live and on the replay. Konnichiwa. Good to see everybody. Welcome. Let's look at the ball. The ball is looking great. There's the ball. There is the ball. How to educate your spouse on AI videos. I know. So K-Pepperell, there's a couple of channels that have gotten a lot of momentum. Probably a big one that I've seen a lot that people are reposting it's like a dog that slides down like these snowy hills. And if you look at the physics, you gotta really look at the physics of the snow. It's not real. But give it a few more years and this AI is gonna be able to trick even people like myself. So, I should have went up there with a laser pointer, Doug. That's right. I should have went up there with a laser pointer and some sprinklers. And I got it, guys. I got the firework. The city, they get me. They pay me to do firework on the bridge. It's me. Happy New Year. I would have went up there. I would have sang ABBA. Good to see you, MS, today. Welcome. Young people want to destroy the planet? No, humans. Capitalistic humans want to destroy the planet. There's a lot of well-meaning young people, middle-aged people, and old people who understand what true values are and understand how finite resources are on this thing we call planet Earth. So it's capitalism. It's unbridled capitalistic humans that want to destroy the Earth. Watch the movie The Corporation for more information. But you don't like AI? Yeah, we all don't like AI. People who think critically don't like AI. Let's be honest. Deborah, good to see you, Deborah. Yes, yeah. Danan Anthony came home from an epic stream. I was watching right up to when I had to start the show here. It was great. The ball is starting to grow on me. From afar, the ball looks really great. And by the way, for the people complaining that they didn't see the ball drop, yes, there was that much fucking confetti falling. There was 3 tons of it falling on the people. So it was a blizzard of confetti. The wind conditions were perfect for the confetti last night. Supposedly nobody saw the ball drop last night. You did, but you had to look through the confetti. So for the people complaining about everything today, can you just get a life? Can you guys just go in the corner somewhere and be quiet? For the love of God, there's people here who want to bring joy and happiness to random strangers on the internet for no price at all, for the most part, for free. All we want to do is bring you happiness, and you got to shit on it. I understand you live a sad and insignificant life. I get it. But there's no need for you to spread your misery throughout the planet, okay? And I understand the internet makes it so easy to be anonymous, to be an asshole. The people who always give me their most fucking opinions never show their face. Why don't you show your face? You have all these opinions about me and how I do my streams and how I do my live streams and my videos and all that shit. You never fucking show your face. Why? Anyway. No, I'm not angry. Yes, exactly. If it brought you across without paying, it's all. But I'm starting to like the ball. I'm starting to like AI companies are trying to groom people. No, they are, K-Pepperell. Yes. No, what's happening is that the billionaire class, the millionaire billionaire class, are trying to make arts and creativity only accessible for the wealthy and the elite, while they let all like the regular folk or all like the people who actually want to create stuff, like the real creatives, like, you know, the people on the lower end of the economic scale, they want us to just accept and embrace AI. So that's our culture, you know, the real grassroots culture gets doled out by the billionaire class aristocracy culture. We're getting deep tonight, and I'm not even drinking alcohol. So to me, it looks like 2026. To me, it looks like 2026. I know some people say it looks like 2024. They don't need to cut back on the confetti. No, next year they should have 5 tons of confetti. I hate AI music too. Yeah, the AI music is not good. It's because they're ugly, yes. Generative AI is a big problem. It does need to be regulated, and it's kind of scary that our federal government is trying to take all regulations away from AI. So I think that's a major problem. I think we need to regulate AI. I posted something on Instagram the other day. There's an IBM handbook from 1979, the year of my birth. And they talk about, like, you can't let the computer assume full responsibility because the computer cannot assume responsibility. So there always has to be a human. I feel like AI is going to hinder our evolution as a species creatively, but that's just me. But anyway, yes, exactly. Listen, dictators. Yes, exactly. Dictators never liked artists throughout history. That's why, yes, because we don't bend at the knees. Amen, K Pepper L. I got the smartest fucking audience on the internet. That's right, K Pepper L. That's exactly what it is. They just want us to consume and be happy and be quiet. Ugh. Yeah, 2026 off to a rough start to see the non-existent fireworks. Couldn't see the ball because of the confetti because it wasn't cut into smaller pieces. I know people are complaining about everything. Amy out there in Arkansas, good to see you. Exactly. Real artists are the backbone of the resistance. Amen. AI is bad for all forms of creativity, Hala. AI is terrible, so. But it's taking away from real artists, and this is why it's so important to cherish and support your favorite artists and what they do, because we're on that front line of everything being corporatized versus everything being humanized. So, but yes, yeah, exactly. We can't allow computers to make life-altering decisions. I mean, we already do that to a certain extent when we fly in a plane, when we drive in a car, when we even ride a bike, or anything that we do, even this live stream here. But there has to be a human. There's always, at this point, at least what I'm doing right now, there's a human factor to this, So, but yeah, Deborah, what fools these mortals be, Deborah. What fools these mortals be. People going out to a non-existent fireworks show last night. And this AI did this. Accounts that only worry about clicks and views and engagement, these people who need numbers, This is what created this. And I'm amazed by how many accounts people sometimes follow that are not based here in New York. They talk a lot about New York. All their content's about New York. But they're not in New York. Oh, I know how it is in New York. I was there 3 months ago for 2 hours. I know a lot about New York. I've experienced it. I was here for 2 hours 3 months ago. I passed through. I saw the whole city from 49th Street and 10th Avenue to 49th Street and 1st Avenue. I saw it all. Support your human artists and creators from your favorite cities and towns from all around the world. There are people everywhere. So the estimate is a couple of thousand, Hala. A couple of thousand went to this. Don't get me started, Deborah. Don't, especially today, Deborah. Oh my God, I could go on a rant right now, and I'll get in so much trouble. Rainier De La Cruz, Happy New Year. Good to see you. No, people living in the city shouldn't be allowed to vote either. No, people who live here should be allowed to vote, Tony. If you live here for more than a year, you should be allowed to vote. If you're planning on living here, you should be allowed to vote. That's undemocratic. That's undemocratic. And for the people who said that our current mayor was voted in by all the transplants, no, I voted for him too, and I've lived here my whole life. See, here's where I'm going to get in trouble. Why do the people who live furthest away from the city seem to have the most ideas about the city and most notions about the city? I know what New York was like. I lived there 40 years ago. You moved away 40 years ago. What do you know about the city? So Let's not start that trope. I don't want to hear that trope that people living in a city less than 5 years shouldn't be allowed to vote. That's an undemocratic, fucking communist kind of Russia fucking no. There you go, K Pepperell. I appreciate that. And by the way, for the people who didn't vote for him, that's good too. A big shout out to Curtis Sliwa, who was at the block party, at the Mendami block party today. Curtis Sliwa, I'm telling you, that is a man of integrity. He did not take $15 million. All right, so for the people who voted for Curtis Sliwa, thanks for voting for Curtis Sliwa and not against somebody else. Thanks for voting for what you believed in. I'm going to get in trouble if I keep this up. Douglas Fatiglia, aloha, welcome. Yes, democracy won. Exactly, Mirna. Oh, all these people, man, they're so fucking butthurt. You don't even live here, man. Oh, Trisha in the Upper West Side. There you go. Trisha, we're all going to get canceled now. By the people who always talk about, they try to do cancel culture. Why do the people who always complain about cancel culture are the people who do try to cancel other people out? What's up with that shit? Oh, I'm gonna get in trouble, man. I gotta keep my mouth shut. Happy New Year. Oh, Lord have mercy. Don't be like these people. Don't be like these people. Exactly. K Pepper L, me too. K Pepper L, me too. Anyway. Oh, Lord have mercy. Rebel Radio News time now, 45 minutes past the hour. No, exactly, Holla. That I agree with you. Yes, they shouldn't be able to pick which is the best pizza. I agree. Hold on, we're getting our Bryant Park skate cam. Hold on, we're going to. Actually, let's go to Syracuse. Actually, let's not go to Syracuse. Let's go to Bryant. We had a shout out for Bryant Park. Let's go to Bryant Park. Let's go to Bryant Park. Oh, the ice skating rink is quiet. All in Bryant Park. Anyway. Anyway, guess what? Whether you're Republican, whether you're Democrat, whether you're liberal, whether you're conservative, everybody is welcome here. Okay, let's just get that out of the way now, too. Doesn't matter who I voted for. Doesn't matter who I voted for, okay? All I'm here to do is one thing, and that's to entertain you guys and to give you guys a great time here. We had a great polar bear swim today, Doug. Absolutely. Oh, the Discord servers went into a frenzy now. Yeah. Anyway, they're cleaning the ice, people. They're cleaning the ice. We had a beautiful polar bear swim. Thank you so much to everyone who joined us on the live. Thank you so much to everyone who joined us on the replay. I appreciate you guys. It was a great swim. I don't think we hit the 6,000, but it was a great freaking day. It was a great freaking day. So, Happy New Year. Dog food, good to see you. So, no, dog food. TikTok and Facebook should not be held for accountability for misinformation. No. And I'm going to tell you why. Because people should have critical thinking skills, dog food. People should have critical thinking skills. People should think for themselves. People should verify that information is correct. People should do the homework on their own and not accept the slop just given to them via the algorithm. So no, TikTok and Facebook, because that's where the most stupid people congregate, is Facebook and TikTok. No, they should not be held responsible. Those accounts that are posting that stuff, absolutely, those accounts should be taken down. Absolutely. But critical thinking, common sense. Those people should think for themselves. Pigeons are smarter than all those people who showed up at Debbie's Cove yesterday. All right? Don't get me started, man. Rob Paradise, good to see you. And by the way, yes, a big shout out to New York's strongest, the New York City Sanitation Department. Good to see you, Rob Paradise. Absolutely. They got Times Square looking beautiful by 5 o'clock in the morning, and that is with a crazy snow squall moving in at 6 o'clock this morning. So, yeah, it's cold outside. Douglas, it's freezing outside. Real feel of 12 degrees here in Coney Island right now. I know, common sense isn't exactly that common anymore, unfortunately. You think he saw it on TikTok? Did it be an ice skating rink seal? Really? Is it going to be an ice skating rink in City Field Friday night? I didn't hear about that. Listen, if I didn't hear about it, it ain't happening. If Dutch didn't hear it, it didn't happen. By the way, we hit 102 likes. Thank you, guys. L'chaim. Can we get rid of AI? Unfortunately, Ethan, no. AI is smart enough that it could duplicate itself on like a remote hard drive and save its like memories and shit. It is that smart now. So no, we can't get rid of AI. The genie is out of the bottle. All we could do now is regulate it as humans. Let me tell you something about carrier pigeons. They literally kept that war, vital information was relied upon from pigeons in World War I. Let me tell you, pigeons are the smartest fucking animals. They're the greatest animals of all time. Besides dogs and cats. But oh my God. Think for yourselves, people, and follow actual content creators that are actually here in New York. Oh, Lord have mercy. These people. It's like nothing happens. And did these people even notice, like, in the videos that were showing these clips, that people were, like, in T-shirts and stuff? Like, did they not notice that? Did they not notice that people were, hey, like, don't you just laugh? Don't you notice that these people were in T-shirts? It was 4th of July. It's fucking hot. Oh, I guarantee you, because of this year, 4th of July ceremonies are not going to happen at the Brooklyn Bridge. Mark my words on that. Let's somebody timestamp this, make a clip of it right now.
Just how do you do nothing in the Oculus?
Right. They didn't. That's right. They did no holiday activities in the Oculus this year. They had no holiday stuff in the Oculus at the World Trade Center because of all the fucking social media TikTok people ruining some pop-up that happened there. You remember when we walked by a pop-up one day and it looked like a subway train was down there? And it was like some kind of like makeup giveaway, right? Some kind of cream makeup giveaway thing, right? Guess what? The moron crowds from TikTok got too unruly. So you know what? This year, we had no ice skating rink inside of the Oculus and none of those cool little like snowmen, the snow people. They had none of them in the Oculus this year because the fucking morons from TikTok and this whole consumer culture that's destroying the planet had to ruin it all. So anyway, yeah, less people in Dumbo. I think it's going to happen, Deborah. I think it's going to happen. Animals never lie. No. You always assumed Europeans were polite, but after seeing tourists in the city, they're super inconsiderate. Yeah, Tony, I tend to agree with you with that one. I tend to agree with you. Oh, don't get me started about the Christmas parade. Yeah, the Christmas parade, the Christmas nativity parade. Yeah, people thought that was real too. Millions of views. Anyway, getting back. A lot of Europeans are great. They're very nice, very considerate people. They know their surroundings. But yes, unfortunately, a lot of Europeans, and I can start naming countries. I'm not going to do that right now. But there are certain countries that are worse than others. But sometimes, especially like the younger people, like people like in their teens and in their 20s, they're fucking assholes. And they're fucking assholes. And they move around in these big mob groups and nobody thinks and they just kind of swarm places and they kind of bump into you and they don't understand, like here in New York, we have like a thing called personal space and they come onto my Brooklyn Bridge and write shit on there and leave locks and tie shit to stuff and just don't do that, people. Don't go there and desecrate my Brooklyn Bridge or Manhattan Bridge or Williamsburg Bridge or whatever bridge you cross or subway that you ride. There's no need for such things. We could all enjoy the city together. Just guess what? There is plenty of space for everyone if everyone just gets along and understands their little limitations and personal space things and stuff like that. But anyway, I know they leave garbage all over Dumbo. Now, Deborah knows this. Deborah lives in Dumbo. If you don't know where Dumbo is here in Brooklyn. down under Manhattan Bridge overpass. It's one of the biggest tourist neighborhoods in the city. Brooklyn Bridge Park is there, Jane's Carousel, Jacques Torres Chocolates, a lot of great shops, a lot of great restaurants, a lot of great art galleries. It was where we saw that traffic cone Christmas tree. But tourists have kind of overrun that neighborhood. And Washington Street, where you get that awesome picture of the Manhattan Bridge framing the Empire State Building, that street is swamped with tourists. So after the pandemic, they permanently closed a block of that street so people could take pictures in the street, which is really cool. But in order to block the street, they made like these planters that are on wheels. And the planters block the street so it prevents cars from coming up the street. But these planters are on rollers, right? Because they got to close the street at 10 o'clock in the morning. Then they reopen it at like 9 o'clock at night or something like that. So people could park overnight and shit like that. So they have to be on these rollers, right? When they first created these planters, there was like no signage on them. They were just like these boxes with plants in them. Guess what the tourists started doing? They started standing on them, right? They started standing on the little boxes. And by the way, these boxes, again, they're on rollers. They're on fucking wheels. So, you don't want to stand on a big box, even though it's like a really heavy planter. This shit's gonna move around. You're gonna fall off. But, nobody thinks anymore. Nobody has critical thinking anymore. So these people started climbing on top of the planters and to take their picture, even though the picture sucks. The picture is trash. If you watch me, you know the perfect spot to take the picture. And you don't need to climb shit. You just got to be patient and wait for people to move out of the fucking way. But anyway, what the hell do I know? So then they started climbing on top of the planters. So then they had to put the sign on the top that said, please don't climb the planter. People still climbed on the planter. So you know what they had to do in the end? They had to put these little gates at the top, these little fences to prevent people from climbing on them. And now finally, nobody climbs on the planters anymore. Don't get me started. And I work in the tourism industry. But yeah, not long ago before Instagram, there were no crowds on Washington Street. It's true, DJ Dirty. It's true. I remember that. When I first became a tour guide full time in 2014, there were no crowds like that. There were crowds there, but nothing like today, where it's like Times Square. It's like a frenzy now. But yeah, it wasn't like that. It wasn't like that before Instagram. What's free today in New York City? ODB, I don't know. Isn't Dumbo close to where the New Year's Eve fireworks are? No, Hollow. No, you can't see the only fireworks we had last night that you could watch if you walk from Dumbo is if you head up to the Brooklyn Heights Promenade. You could have saw the fireworks at the Statue of Liberty. But that's it, right? This is why you stay home, right, Kate Pepperell? Exactly. But yeah, there you go. Wow, we really ranted for this first hour. That's awesome. Happy New Year. Yeah, they even had a barricade, right? Trisha, thank you so much for reminding me about that. They even had a barricade, patience and fortitude, because people were climbing up there. And the people try to ruin the wreaths and shit they put around them. It's like, you don't have to touch everything. Instagram kind of did kill some really cool places now. I think so. Al Rutledge, good to see you. I would agree with you with that. Yes, people are entitled with no common sense and they're educated idiots. I agree. Yes. I know people that have no education, formal education, that are a lot smarter than people with lots of formal education, But yeah, it's true. No, yeah, Myrna, it's true. They had to put up a fence around patience and fortitude because people were climbing to get a picture with they do this with Balto all the time, where people want to ride Balto in Central Park, which I guess that's fine because it's made of brass and shit like that. But patience and fortitude are that's concrete. That's concrete. So it could chip away and stuff like that. They got to maintain it. Patience and fortitude was recently, how many years ago was it? They were cleaned up recently. I want to say 5-6 years ago, right before the pandemic, they were cleaned up. But the tourists were climbing them. The tourists were climbing. They were climbing it. What the hell? And don't get me started about the people with the photographer with no sense of photography and with no integrity on Instagram. Don't get me started, TYC. Don't get me started. But they are like toddlers. They have to touch everything. They have to climb on everything. We got to put signs on everything. Oh. It's why we have massive gates to climb the Brooklyn Bridge. It was a Russian tourist that spent 90 minutes on top of the Brooklyn Tower of the Brooklyn Bridge to take pictures and selfies. And I was there for that. The helicopters were swooping around. the crowds on the path, on the promenade. I was doing a walking tour, thank goodness. I wasn't doing a bike tour that day. I was doing a walking tour. And I'm like, look at this shit. And we just stayed there. And I just gave them little facts, and then we gawked. It was great. Made great tip that day. But it was incredible. And then in the end, he finally comes down. Right? He finally comes, after 90 minutes, he comes down. And I was up there, and he was surprised. He was surprised that he got arrested. He was surprised he got arrested. Why are you arresting me? Oh, me? Why do I have to get arrested? You were up there for 90 minutes with like 200 cops on the bridge and 3 helicopters flying around you. They had to close the airspace over the East River. Anyway. We do need a new PSA with the frying pan egg. Yes, we do. This is your brain on AI. You know what, Hal? I might create that myself. I don't know. I might create that with some AI. I don't know. The skaters are back on the deck in Bryant Park. That's a nice thing. ODB, you know a guy who used to climb the Williamsburg Bridge in the 90s? Listen, the 90s was a great time. You could climb all the bridges and take photographs. There was a photographer, I'm blanking on his name, but there was a photographer here in New York City who was known for climbing the bridges and taking pictures with like this giant like glass large format camera. And I'm blanking on his name. He was a great photographer. He did it, and I think he died, but he died of natural causes. He didn't fall from a bridge, but he did that in the mid and late 90s. He climbed all the bridges. He climbed the Verrazano, the Brooklyn, the Bayonne. He did them all, and he did these amazing pictures. And anyway, I'm blanking on the guy's name. If you guys could find him, that would be great. But he was very big in the 90s. I think he died in the early 2000s of natural causes. He was one of my favorite photographers. It's a shame that I don't remember his name. He never had an Instagram account, by the way. He never had an Instagram account because he died years before social media. But can we bring back the gold steps to the Williamsburg Bridge? Who remembers that? There were these gold steps in the Williamsburg Bridge. They painted these steps gold. Who remembers that? Like young, like 16-year-old me remembers that vividly. Like I remember that. I remember the holes on the Williamsburg Bridge. Now it's like it's beautiful and all cleaned up. I want to climb the parachute jump too, crazy Coney Island kid. That is a life goal of mine. There used to be a guy here in Coney. He used to climb the parachute jump and put a Puerto Rican flag at the top of it. Anyway. Yeah, he used to carry the parachute. There you go. Holla remembers. Dave Frieder. Thank you so much, Stephanie. Dave Frieder. He was the one who climbed all the bridges here in New York City. But good to see you there. Did I cover the fake fireworks in the Brooklyn Bridge? You know, we're going to talk about that in a few minutes, all right? We're going to talk that in a few minutes. But you remember when the Brooklyn Bridge had a Park Row exit? There you go. It still does have a Park Row exit. But no, not for trains anymore. Guess what? It's the top of the hour. Live from the west end of Coney Island. One more half hour of Now in New York City Live. Will the city completely implode itself in the next 28 minutes? Stay tuned and find out. Good to see everybody, people. We are remembering the times of the past and the times of yore. But really quick, one more check of the traffic and the transit. Brought to us by BabiesOvernight.com. Your new bundle of joy in a box overnight guaranteed. BabiesOvernight.com bring you this final traffic and transit updates. Traffic in the vortex of the holidays is still ongoing here. But other than that, all the highways are all wide open here. No incidents reported in all 5 boroughs. Green is all along on the map here. It is a quiet night here in New York City. Checking out the potato camera, 48th Street, Rockefeller Plaza. One more view of the tree tonight as all the crowds get on in there, get their final pictures of the tree. Only a few more days to get some pictures of the tree. MTA.info is telling us about planned skip stops on the A and the E trains in Manhattan. Uptown A trains skip Spring Street, 23rd Street, and 50th Street. You transfer to 50th Street via the E there. Got to go to MTA.info for more information to get around this. Other than that, all the trains are running on a Sunday schedule. No B and Z service. And Saturday service for the Staten Island Railway. MTA.info for more information. Heading over to Delancey Street, 150 Delancey Street. As we were starting up the show here, We have a vehicle fire here. We have a vehicle fire here at the Lansing Street. Looks like we have something else going on. Report of smoke here. Avenue D here and East 10th Street. Report of smoke on the 4th floor. No further information is available. Go to Citizen app for more information. Checking out the National Weather Service map. We have snow showers, lake effect snow showers with the strong winds enveloping the eastern end of Ohio, most of the state of Pennsylvania, the western end of New Jersey, and western New York having snow showers. So coming off the lake there, it is a snowy day in upstate New York and western New York. The Sibos camera bringing us this view of Brighton Beach. Brighton Beach there. It's a quiet night. A great night to walk your dog there with the family. That's probably a very happy dog taking a walk on the Coney Island Boardwalk right now. That is not the paid version of Citizen app. That's the free version of Citizen app photos. Stream Time Live, bringing us this view of Red Hook as we look past the Statue of Liberty, looking out onto New York Harbor there. It's a very quiet night in Red Hook. A beautiful night in Red Hook at the Waterfront Museum in Red Hook. Stream Time Live, bringing us that view. Brian Park web camera here. Brian Park, NYC YouTube channel. Looks like the shops are winding down their day, but the skate cam, people, oh, this guy just fell. People hopefully trying not to fall on the ice, and hopefully everybody stays safe. Let's go to Long Island City. Bunkakobo Incorporated brings us this view of the New York City skyline from Long Island City in Queens. A beautiful night here in New York, 22 degrees. It's cold outside. Turn up the heat. And then finally we go down shore, the Jersey Shore. The 7th Street Surf Shop, bringing us this view of Ocean City, New Jersey here. It is a beautiful, quiet view out there in Ocean City, New Jersey, as nobody's on the boardwalk walking dogs. But will the city completely fall apart on itself in the next 25 minutes? Stay tuned and find out here on Now in New York City Live. Good to see everybody. Welcome. Yeah, the paid version will still have the same wobbly videos. Yes. Yes, it will. Yeah, this is the free version of Citizen app. All I'm doing here is logging into my account, which you can't see. My account information is at the very top of the screen here, so you can't see it at home. But this is the free version. You don't need the enterprise version. I don't do news for a living. So if this show gets really popular, you never know. But yeah, I don't do anything like that. But it's cold outside, people. It is cold outside. There's a bunch of kids on YouTube who climb buildings and their YouTube channels get taken down. So yeah, I know about those people who climb the buildings there, ODB. Good to see you, Pia Lorena. Welcome. Good to see everyone, people. I hope everyone's having a great night. You're free until midnight. You got to go watch the fireworks at the Brooklyn Bridge. Yes, it's the story we're talking about tonight, people. It is the story we're talking about, which is thousands of people showing up at Debbie's Cove in Brooklyn Bridge Park to see fireworks that never happened. The moral of the story is that social media is powerful. Always think critically and think for yourself. Always verify the information before you freeze your ass for 2 hours in a park that you've never been to probably in your life. So I'm still kind of amazed by this. I ain't gonna lie. I think I almost feel like these people deserve it. I am a bit of an asshole like that. I almost feel like these people deserve it. I'm like, you know what? It's like y'all did this to yourselves. Y'all did this to yourselves. Y'all did no homework. I don't feel bad. I don't feel bad. No. I don't feel bad, and it's like, you know, dude, can we please think for ourselves, for the love of God, please? Can we please think for ourselves? No, this is the thing, photos. Clearly, photos. Nobody looked it up. Thousands of people just accepted it. I'm gonna accept this right now here, and I'm gonna say this as the Lord's word here on this YouTube channel, on this live stream right now. Pigeons are smarter than these people. Pigeons are smarter than every single one of these people out there. They're sheep. They don't think for themselves. And by the way, if you're following an account that is not actually based in New York City, what are you consuming? There's so many great actual people who live here in New York City creating amazing content. And you're just gonna, and then you get like the bot responses. It was so beautiful. It was so beautiful. Praise be. Thousands of people went here last night. Did they not see the video? People were in t-shirts. That's right. Thank you, Trisha. Those are the best sources of news right here from me and the Duchess of Southern Brooklyn. That's right. I'm telling you, Mr. Metalhead, if this happens again, we're gonna load up Crazy Coney Island Kid's car and your car. We're gonna go down there with a couple of Roman candles. All right, here's your fireworks. Give me $100. No, Stephanie, so many Facebook posts are now flat out lies and people just believe it. Listen, I'm guilty of it, all right? I'll tell you what I like to do. You know, it was a pastime of mine, and I know I'm fucked up for doing this, but a lot of old people really love the TV show Blue Bloods, and they can't accept the fact that the show has concluded, and now we have a new show called Boston Blue, right? Starring Donnie Wahlberg, right? Okay. So there's a whole new show that's supposedly the continuation of Blue Bloods, right? Here we go. All right? And you know what I do? I'm an asshole. There are like these Blue Bloods groups that are like, Blue Bloods is coming back. They just got renewed for a season. So you know what I do? Because there's these comments saying like, yes, Blue Bloods is coming back. I don't like Blue Boston Blue. So you know what I do? I type in there and I go, yes, I cannot wait for season 15 of Blue Bloods coming up on Friday, January 16th at 10 p.m. only on the Dumont Network. Now, if you guys have a half a brain, do you guys remember how old the Dumont Network is? The Dumont Network hasn't been around for a very long time. But here's the crazy part. I get the fake Tom Selleck, and I got Will Estes, the fake Will Estes account. They like the comment. They like the comment. So I'm like, woo, look at this, Tom Selleck liking my comment. Because I cannot wait for the new season of Blue Bloods to come up on the Dumont Network. And then, of course, I get people message me or people leave the comment, I never heard of the Dumont Network. And I'm like, yes, the new network. It's just like the UPN. It's coming back. And they're bringing Blue Bloods back. Tom Selleck's Blue Bloods coming back. Little critical thinking, please. Just a little critical. Yes, Dumont Network hasn't been around for 60 years. Yes, Steve Sharippa needs retirement. He's to hang out with Little Willie and just chill. Right? Next time I'm going to tell him it's on the UPN. Yeah, next time I'll tell him it's on the UPN. Right? Come down to Coney Island tomorrow night for the fireworks day. We're going to have Friday night's fireworks because TikTok told you so. I remember PAX. I remember it all. Exactly. The Dumont Network, a.k.a. Dutch Mods. That's right. I need to start calling this channel the Dumont Network. Right? We're bringing it back, people. Take your vitamins, take your supplements, and don't believe everything you see on social media. But now I'm convinced the stupidest people congregate on TikTok and Facebook. They don't think for themselves. Instagram called out this shit minute one. I know this appeared, I think it was on Christmas Day, this started to appear. And I saw it I was scrolling reels, I was doom scrolling reels when I poop in the morning. And I'm like, a fireworks show? And what? A fireworks show? And then it seems like these people were reinforced by a Notify NYC tweeted 2 nights ago that there was going to be fireworks by the Statue of Liberty. So people also kind of doubled down with their kind of half critical, not really thinking. And they said, oh, look, so they put up the post that there's going to be Statue of Liberty fireworks. So they just assumed that there were going to be fireworks at the Brooklyn Bridge. And so, yeah, Kojak is being revived, only in the Dumont network. And so people like kind of doubled down on it and said, oh yeah, they're having fireworks for New Year's at the Brooklyn Bridge. Look, and notify NYC. Which, by the way, Statue of Liberty always has fireworks on New Year's. It's not an extravagant show, but it's a fireworks show at midnight. But thousands of people showing up in Dumbo. Pigeons are smarter than these people. And I guarantee you that every single one of these people who went down there, they're following TikTok accounts that are not even based in New York City. They're all about New York City, but they're not even based in New York City. These are the same people that brought you the Nativity Christmas Parade down Bladder Avenue. Exactly, photos. Exactly. The Statue of Liberty fireworks aren't even visible from this perspective. That's how stupid people are. Yes, Fireworks Friday, not on this YouTube channel, and not tomorrow night, but we will have fireworks, Tony. we had fireworks for Christmas, all right, guys? We had real fireworks for Christmas here on this channel when we went around Bay Ridge. So we had an epic live stream in Bay Ridge to see the Christmas houses. But if you went to university or college or graduate school, I don't care what, don't believe everything you see on TikTok. Be a little bit smart. Yeah, Google listens to us, so you don't need to be exactly. You don't need Facebook listening to you too. It's true. No, I mean you can see it from the bridge, but you have to physically be on the bridge to see the Statue of Liberty, and it's like this tiny. Oh, these people don't think for themselves, and I feel like especially TikTok. Like TikTok has cultivated a culture of like destroying. I notice that only on TikTok I see content creators where their audience actively wants them to destroy themselves, whether it be through drinking or doing crazy stunts or riding bicycles really dangerous. And I think TikTok like reinforces that shit by nature. And then Facebook confuses the old people. So you get the old people, like older than me. You know, I'm an old person now. I know. I saw this video the other day where they say, you know, how old is old? And the kids are like, oh, when you hit 30 years old. And I'm like, oh no, I'm old. I take it. I got gray hair. I got gray hair. I'm old. I don't care. But Facebook is to confuse old people. So you have TikTok to confuse the dumb, uncritically thinking young people, and you have Facebook. You have TikTok for the young people, Facebook for the old people, and both groups do not think critically for themselves. But yes, anti-intellectualism on social media is rampant. This is why I try to give you guys some meaning. This is my whole point, Pia Lorena, of creating meaningful content. Let me get into this rant. There is a war on intellectualism. There is a war on critical thinking. They only want people to think critically if they're a member of the elite. If you're a person who comes from a moneyed family, they think that you should be the only one that has access to knowledge and creative outlets to create art and music or whatever the hell it is. And they want us regular people, us lower class people, to just accept AI and not think for ourselves, do any kind of homework, anything like that. They don't want people to have meaningful connection with other humans and create meaningful stuff. And I feel like a lot of the time when I do these live streams, I feel like I'm pushing back on people who don't want to think. Like, I want people to not think, but also do think. I know that makes no sense sometimes, but like, I want people to, this is why it's so important, like, to engage with the program and like react to stuff that we're seeing on the screen. I love it when I'll make a joke. Like, let's say I make a joke when I'm walking around, right? And you guys put laughing emojis in the chat. I love when you guys do that, because it's like the studio audience is laughing, and you guys are the studio audience. So I like having an engaged audience. That's how I know that you guys are thinking for yourselves. You're engaged. You're consuming the content. Not, you know. And by the way, a big shout out to everyone who watches me on the second screen. I understand that people like to multitask. You might be playing Candy Crush or something like that on your phone while you have me on the background. I love you guys too. So second screen crew, I feel ya. I'm a second screen person myself. when I watch live streams sometimes. So I feel you on that one, but I feel like YouTube and a lot of social and all the social media people, they promote just like the mindless, dumb content. That gets pushed up. And anything that nurtures the mind kind of gets dulled down and kind of hidden away in the algorithm. And I feel like for 2026, I need to push through that. Bring you guys more comedy, more creative stupidity, and attempt to show you the best of New York to the best of my ability. So, but I feel like there is a war against intellectualism. So I feel you, ODB. I feel you. But yeah, F that. People think 30. I know. Don't get me started, Holla. Don't get me started. There's a reason why you don't have critical thinking and the internet safety classes in public schools nationwide. Exactly, K. Pepperell. Exactly. There you go. See, you're working on some drawings. Listen, don't apologize, Pia. I like that. If you're creating art while you have me on in the background, it's an honor. So I appreciate that. Right? You're second screening now. There you go. Thank you. You hate when somebody asks a question to understand something and then they immediately become defensive and don't answer your question. I know. Yes. That's annoying, Stephanie. I don't know, Stephanie, I don't know. It's sometimes I like to jump to Google Maps, Wikipedia when doing streams. No, exactly. No, Pia, I encourage that. That I like to give you guys little things as we move through the city. I want you guys to do that. Whenever I mention like a movie clip or if I mention something like that, I want you guys to research it and get the clip and watch the moment there. Look at that. See, Crazy Konyanka, he's playing Mahjong on his phone. Got a little addicted to it. No, I feel you there. Crazy Konyanka, you know what? I am addicted to the old people addicting gambling game of Price is Right bingo. And I've been tempted to play Price is Right bingo here on the live stream. But Price is Right bingo, like every 2 seconds, like, don't you want to spend $2? No ads, $2 for a month. Don't you want to do it? Don't you want to do it? I do. I play it with ads. But I love playing Price is Right bingo. It's so horrible, but it helps me sleep. And then and by the way, if you don't know, guys, here on YouTube has something called YouTube Playables, where they have games. If you're on the mobile app, they have their own games. And some of those games are really fun. So they got a lot of games even here on the YouTube app. Suffice you have an internet connection. You wonder if AI could teach you anything about critical thinking. Holla, AI could give you the constructive framework of critical thinking, but not tell you the fundamental concepts of critical thinking. Deborah's addicted to Wordle. I know a lot of people addicted to Wordle. Yeah. You're cooking while watching. Barbara McPeak, good to see you. I appreciate Barbara. Enjoy whatever you're cooking. Smells delicious. Yeah, it is fun. Once you got in, you just had to stop playing. There you go. Yeah, some of these games are way too addictive, and the ones with no ads the ones on YouTube have no ads, so it's really great. But check out YouTube Playables. There's like hundreds of games on there. So Autumn has both autism and ADHD, so she's sticking. Yeah, I could imagine sticking to one thing is hard. Yeah, you got to do the fidget stemming. I feel you on that. Oh, look, I'm doing it right now. Autumn, I'm doing it right now. I have this little stand here, and I'm like opening and closing the stand while I talk to you guys. So I'm doing it too, Autumn. It may not be a fidget spinner, but it's something that I could manipulate in my hand. And then I look at my little... See, this is the nice thing about live streaming. There's so much stuff going on, so it keeps my brain always going. But, yeah. There's so many great games out there, guys. Really? You don't have playables there? But Netflix has... I know Netflix has playables now, too. Yeah, Pia. It's weird how we're getting, like, games now within other apps and, like, services like Netflix. I find that just so fascinating. But we're going to do something tomorrow. I have no idea what we're going to do tomorrow. If the weather is good tomorrow, We're going on a little field trip, and it's going to be really cool. So stay tuned. I really don't know what time I'm going to be on tomorrow, so, but it's going to be great. Ooh, your fortune cookie was made in Brooklyn? Hells yeah. Yeah, Netflix has games in it now, Crazy Coney Island. I think they have an official version of Tetris on Netflix, which I have been playing Tetris ever since it came out on a Nintendo Entertainment System. And here's the really crazy part. I actually play my Nintendo here on my iPhone, and I love it. So, yeah, something to keep you in the app. But fair is fair, people. I'm giving you content. So make sure to subscribe. Hit the notification bell because I never know when I'm going to go live next. But yes, fair is fair, people. Anyway, final 3 minutes of the show. Good to see everybody. Good to see everybody. Anyway. Let's go around some. Let's go back to Times Square here. We're looking at Coney Island there. The parachute jump is all shut off. Let's go back to a shot of the ball. The ball is starting to rub off on me. I think I'm starting to like the ball more and more. Like when I look at it like this, it looks really cool. Looks really, really cool. Exactly. Games are also meant as a distraction to keep us pacified. Exactly. If you're not watching me, you're bothering your cat. Shout out to Lilo. Shout out to all the cats. Shout out to all the cats watching. Shout out to all the cats watching and all the dogs watching. See, I like when I look at the ball from far away, I like it. When I look at the ball really close, I don't like it. And I gotta memorize all the statistics. I have no idea the statistics right now. But tomorrow's gonna be that weird day, right? You're gonna be wishing everyone a happy new year for the next two weeks. Trish, you got a case of the Mondays. I mean Fridays, huh? Today's that weird week when people are like, they don't know what day it is. You know, it's that weird week. It's like, what day is it? What? It's a Friday. It feels like a Monday. Or the Friday feels like a Sunday, but we're all working. Or it feels like a Tuesday. What day is it? That's going to be that's Trisha. I'm going to tell you this right now. Somebody in your office will tell you, what day of the week is it? They'll say January 2nd, but it's like, what day of the week is January 2nd? What is that, a Tuesday? What is that, a Thursday? And I used to hate that. I used to hate that office culture. It used to make me cringe so much. Where it's like, ooh, you got a case of the Mondays. It's like, when I had the choice to work overnights, I was like, let's go. Fawn Marie, you're more than welcome, Fawn Marie. Happy New Year. You woke up at 4 o'clock, TYC. Me and the Duchess fell asleep at like what? We fell asleep at like 4, 3, and we slept for a bunch of hours. Then we woke up and we're like, what day is it? Anyway, I know it felt like a Saturday today, right? It did feel like a Saturday today, Deborah. It really did. Look at that, watching the Dubai fireworks. I mean, the Dubai fireworks show was so weird and cool, and some kind of weird Illuminati messaging behind it, but it looked cool. It looked cool. Worked on a bunch of shorts, a bunch of short time you have in the office job. Nice. Yeah, happy Monday. I hate those happy Mondays. Happy Monday. I don't want to. Yeah, the days are messed up, right? Wow, Mrs. Metal has been on for 4 days. Keep thinking it's Sunday. Yeah, see, there you go. A happy Monday. Fuck that happy Monday. Yeah, what day is it? It's Monday. No happy Monday. No case of the Mondays. It's just Monday. We all got to go back into work and make our paper. Shit. And by the way, if you have an office job, God bless you. I can't handle that. I can't handle that shit anymore. I know. Right? That's what you said, right? The symbolism of the... If you guys didn't see it, the Dubai midnight fireworks show was really crazy. It was a whole, 50-minute, presentation. It was a half-hour show that led up to a 20-minute fireworks show. And it was, weird symbolism, and people were flying, and they were floating islands, and people dancing in the water and on these islands, and there were violins and flutes and all that, and crescendos and weird, world orchestral music, all to remind us that the New World Order is all taking over. The Illuminati's has us locked in. The Bilderbergers have bought everything. And now it's time to pay the piper with art. There's art. Anyway. If you didn't see it, check it out. But Crazy Coney Island Kid, you are more than welcome, Crazy Coney Island Kid. We're going to get together. When you get better, man, we're getting together. And we're going to celebrate, all right? But Happy New Year. Get some sleep. And just like that, Crazy Coney Island Kid knows exactly how long we're doing the show today. Saw the fireworks from me too. I saw the fireworks in London, Berlin, Bangkok, Singapore, Rio de Janeiro, Doha. The internet, when used right, is a beautiful thing. Did we have fun, people? I hope we did, because we're going to be doing this hopefully sometime tomorrow. And if you're new to the broadcast, make sure to subscribe to the Dutch Maz Family Networks here on YouTube and on Instagram, all same name, @Dutch Maz. Hit the notification bell because I never know when I'm going to go live next. I want to thank Fawn Marie. Fawn Marie, thank you so much with your $7.13 super chat. Thank you so much for sponsoring tonight's 10 o'clock news. And from the west end of Coney Island, this is Dutch Maz signing off. Have yourself a fabulous day living in the simulation, whether you think you're living in the simulation or not. Hug your loved ones, cherish those beautiful moments, and Happy New Year's, Mrs. Calabash. Wherever you are, I'll see y'all on the next one. Take care. Nighty-night. Bye-bye. Bye.